Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's coaching video is called Eye Contact and Overthinking. Now, as many of you guys know, these coaching videos is when one of you guys writes into me, and if I think it's a question that will be beneficial to my viewers and my subscribers, I answer your question in a video. And in this email, a guy writes in, he has been applying a lot of the things that I teach him, and he's been trying to overcome his shyness and his anxiety when talking to women and approaching women. And things are starting to move along. It's a little bumpy still, but recently he has been kind of in contact with a girl at his gym, and he wants to know about some of the signs that she's sending him. So I'm going to go through his email and see where he could clean things up and see where he could take things from here. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the Contact tab, and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your questions and messages to me rather short and to the point, really just 1 to 2 paragraphs max. Otherwise, I'm just not going to have time to get through them all, as I get a lot of emails from you guys. But I will get back to you as soon as I can in either a video response where I keep your personal information private or a written response. I do have to take care of my paying clients first, so if you're just a little patient, I usually get back to you within a week or so. But if you need to get in touch with me right away, the best way to do that is, again, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com. Click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see I have several options for you to choose from. I offer emergency email coaching that includes me responding to you on weekends and holidays. And I also offer bi-weekly and monthly email coaching where I will work with you throughout that time period. Additionally, I offer 1-hour phone coaching for my U.S. clients. Now, if you're outside the U.S., I will have something for you sometime in the future, but for right now, email coaching is the way to go. And I will post a link to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. So let's get on to his email. He says, "Hey, Chris, my name is Erik. I only say it in every single one of my videos. This is actually the second time someone has called me Chris in the last week. Not sure where you guys are getting Chris from. Doesn't even remotely sound like Erik, but we'll let it slide." He says, "I've been making great progress, and that is mostly because of your amazing work." Well, that's awesome, man. I'm really glad that I could help and hopefully continue to help you. And let's see if I could help you even more with his email. He says, "However, I still have a long path ahead, and I know that getting where I want isn't easy." It's not. I mean, if it was, everybody would do it. Exactly. And actually, I tell myself that all the time when I'm going through a tough period or I'm really trying to overcome or accomplish something. I tell myself the exact same thing. Hey, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So that's a great mindset. He says, "So I've started working on my shyness and anxiety to approach girls. I've started to make eye contact with pretty much any or every attractive girl I meet. I fail a lot, as sometimes I turn away first, but I also succeeded many times." Well, you just have to keep at it. I mean, you're doing the right thing, and it's going to get easier as time goes on. You just have to keep practicing, and I'm sure you probably have already noticed that it's starting to get a little easier, and it will. Before you know it, you're going to be able to look any girl in the eye without ever looking away. He continues, "I've been checking out a hot girl in my gym for the past few months, and recently she has started making eye contact and smiling every time I look her way. Nice. Now, I had many opportunities to start a conversation with them, but somehow I always convince myself not to because the guy she works out with is probably her boyfriend." Well, you're psyching yourself out with overthinking. And, I used to do the same type of thing when I would see a pretty girl and I'd want to go talk to her, and I would just think too much of everything that could go wrong. or make up excuses like, oh, she probably has a boyfriend. Oh, she probably doesn't want to be bothered. And you know what? You can come up with a million excuses why you should not go and talk to her. But the thing is, if you just act based on how you're feeling in that moment, you're inspired, you have this desire to go and talk to her, and you just act without thinking about it, it will be so much easier. Because if you give yourself just a couple seconds to think it through, you're going to talk yourself out of it. And that just isn't with women, it's with most things. He says, I strongly believe she's single or at least in an open relationship since she's checking me out and smiling in front of him. Well, when a girl is smiling at you, it's typically her signaling to, hey, why don't you come on over and say hi? So you should do that. So my question is, do girls lose attraction if you just keep making eye contact without actually making a move? Well, yes, unfortunately, they either think that you're not interested or you're just too timid to make a move. And as I've said in many of my videos, women like confident men. So just suck it up and go over there and talk to her. And do you restore that attraction once you make a move? Well, I mean, theoretically, yes, you could restore that attraction by making a move. But the thing is, women love when men are bold. It's very attractive to them. So you just want to go over there and say hi. I mean, don't worry about coming up with some line, because that's not going to work. I mean, a lot of these programs about how to pick up women or meeting women, they give you like this video or book of lines. And you know what? A lot of these girls have all heard those lines because so many guys have read these books and used it on them. And it's so cheesy. It's not authentic, and they're gonna sense this. So you just really just want to go over there and say hi. But it's best at the same time to playfully tease her a little bit. So you just walk up to her smiling, and maybe you'll say, this is just off the top of my head, you know what? When my grandma works out, I spot her and she lives way more than you do. Are you having some off day or something? And then just smile or wink, or just so she knows you're joking. I mean, maybe that line is kind of cheesy, but you get the idea. And one thing you could do after you say something playful to her, just ask her what her name is. And as a little tip, after she gives you her name and she asks you your name, that's a good sign that she's at least a little interested in getting to know you. And after that, you just want to keep your conversation fun and look for an opportunity to ask her out. You're probably going to be a little hesitant about doing that, about asking her out, but it's really the best way to go. You just blurt it out. Say, hey, you know what? I've noticed that you've been looking my way for a little while, and I would really like to take you out. When are you free? And that level of confidence is really a turn on for women. He says, when it comes to eye contact, a lot of times it turns into a staring contest, and what are supposed to be very flirtatious turns awkward. Yes, it will turn awkward if you don't do anything. So should I smile after making eye contact for 2 to 3 seconds? Yes, absolutely. Smile or wink, but you don't want to break eye contact until she does, because holding eye contact conveys dominance, and girls really like that. If you then smile and she looks down in submission, like, that's a good sign that it's on and you need to go over there and approach her. And it's said that if you maintain eye contact for at least 3 seconds, it's a sign that they really like what they see. And if it's followed by a smile, well, you really can't get a bigger invitation to come over and say hi than that. And just as something additional, in the description down below, I'm going to post a link to an article about the different levels of eye contact, because sometimes it's kind of difficult to understand exactly what's trying to be communicated with eye contact. Sometimes it's a quick glance. Sometimes they're staring at you for a long time, and it could be hit or miss. So I'm going to post a link to this article in the description down below, and I recommend that you guys all read that so you know what to do if a girl is looking in your direction, and how long she maintains eye contact and what she does after looking at you. It's really kind of interesting. And it's written by Mark Manson, who actually wrote a book about attraction. I think it was called Models, Meeting Women Through Honesty, or Picking Up Women Through Honesty, or something like that. And it's actually one of the books on my recommended reading list. In the description down below, I also have a link to a bunch of books that I call it my recommended reading. And these books are great for understanding attraction better and getting better with dating and relationships. And one of his books is on there, so I highly recommend you check that out too. So if you guys have found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it, so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, besides all the things I already told you, I will also have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, and at the bottom, a link to PayPal if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.